Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Love and Connection, and welcome back to the series, The Single Guide to Finding Love. My name is Evelyn, and I am a matchmaker and also a guide to modern dating. Today, I want to dive into a question that often come up with my client when completing our introductory form, and it is about genotype. Genotype for many people, especially depending on where you are from, this time might seem unfamiliar or even irrelevant when thinking about choosing a life partner. But trust me, this is an important topic that I believe that we need to talk about today. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to understand why we include this particular word to our firm. And you will also learn about why this actually matters when it comes to building a healthy and happy future with someone. So let's start with the basic. What is genotype? So now, genotype is part of your genetic makeup. It is determined by the genes that you inherit from your parents, and it plays a critical role in your overall health and that of your future children. So specifically, when it comes to relationship, genotype are especially important in regions where certain genetic conditions like sickle cell anemia are more prevalent. And we're gonna dive into that later. But sickle cell anemia is, for those of you that want to understand what that means, is a hereditary condition that occurs when two people with incompatible genotype such as AS marrying AS have children together. And this can actually lead to their children inheriting the SS genotype, which is very painful and a lifelong condition. And understanding your genotype can actually help you make informed decision when it comes to choosing a life partner. So now let's talk about why some cultures are more familiar with genotype than the other. In West Africa, for example, countries like Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, for example, are countries where sickle cell are more common. So knowing your genotype is often a standard part of health education over there, and it's a conversation that people start having on earlier. So, but in places like East Africa and Southern Africa, or even in other parts of the world, this might not be a common topic. So the prevalence of sickle cell is lower in those regions. So people may not see it as something they need to think about. And that's why many of my clients, especially those from the diverse cultural background, sometimes feel confused when they see these questions on the form. So, so why do we include these questions on the form? It is very simple. We want to ensure that you are equipped with the knowledge to make informed decisions about your future, right? We know that love is beautiful, but compatibility goes beyond shared interests and values. It also includes health consideration as well. I've seen a lot of clients in the future that have broken up engagement when they realize that maybe they are both AS, because they're also thinking about the long-term effects of actually coming together and you know creating a child with SS, and creating a child that will suffer for a very long time or for the rest of their life. So so now, I'm not saying that genotype should be a deal breaker, but it's definitely something to be aware of, especially if having children is part of your future plan. So, by knowing your genotype and that of your partner, you can actually work together with a professional to plan effectively. I've seen couples that are AS and AS having children that are not SS. So it's always important that you speak to your health professional to plan effectively, like I mentioned before. So, all right. So, how do you find out your genotype? It's actually very easy for those of you that are wondering, or for those of you that actually want to look into this genotype thing. So, here is how you can actually know your genotype. You want to visit a hospital or a clinic and ask for a genotype test. That's right. Go to a clinic and ask them for a genotype test. I believe wherever you walk into, they should understand what you're talking about. Alternatively, many diagnostic lab offers genotype testing as well. So this is a quick blood test that gives you the information that you need to take informed decisions when it comes to your future partner or future relationships. And it's also very important that you just know this. Actually, it's always just do it for yourself, not even for the sake of relationship. So you want to make sure that you keep a record of your result for future references. And if you're already in a relationship, it's never too late to to have this conversation with your partner. And because like you we always we all like we know knowledge is power, and it can only strengthen your bond when you're on the same page. So like I've mentioned, we're not saying that, you know, you should break off an engagement or a relationship because you are not compatible when it comes to genotype. It's always important that you have the knowledge when it comes about genotype, and also discussing this information with your doctors or your professional healthcare professionals, and they can always guide you um, the way to go forward. So that's what we're talking about, because we believe that as much as we are trying to be compatible, we are trying to find compatibility with our future partner. We also want to ensure that we also consider the health part of the health path as well. So to wrap this all up, here are the key points that you can take away from this video today. So your genotype is an important health consideration, especially in countries that are more prevalent with this type of issue. So if you're planning to have children, while some culture are less familiar with this concept, like South Africa and East Africa, or other part of the world, it is worth learning about for the sake of your future health and happiness. Like I said, you can always walk into a clinic and do a quick test, as it's pretty quick and easy, so you don't wait to find out your genotype or at a later time. And it's always good to always encourage your partner as well to do the same if possible. So love isn't about just, to date, all about building a future with someone and building together. And when you are informed, you can do so with confidence. So thank you for watching this video today. I hope you've been able to learn what genotype is all about and why we include genotype in our forms. And if you're someone that is curious, please. So thank you so much, and I hope you find this video very helpful. So make sure you give it a thumb up and share it with somebody that you think may need this information when it comes to genocide. And don't forget to subscribe for more insight on love, relationship, and dating. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, or if you have any experience when it comes to genotype. Did you know about genotype before, or are you just hearing about it? Are you going to do your test as well? So I'd like to hear what your thought is, and let me know what topic you want me to talk about next time. So until next time, keep loving and connecting intentionally. Bye for now.